Ever wonder how those tiny yet essential pins are made that hold our world together? Welcome to our fascinating journey, where we'll unravel the mystery behind these pint-sized marvels. Pins, though small, play an enormous role in our day-to-day lives. They come in all shapes and sizes, each designed to fit a unique purpose. Think about the humble sewing pins, the unsung heroes of the fashion world, holding fabrics together as grand designs take shape. Or consider the safety pins, a simple yet ingenious invention that has been securing our clothing and other items for centuries. And who can forget the push pins, those colorful little tools that help us organize our thoughts and ideas on boards? These small objects might seem insignificant at first glance, but they hold together the fabric of our daily routines in more ways than we realize. Intrigued? Stay tuned as we dive into the captivating process of making different kinds of pins. Embarking on our journey, let's first explore how sewing pins come to life. The birth of a sewing pin begins with a selection of the right material. Most commonly, this would be steel, known for its strength and durability. The steel is first melted down to a liquid state, then drawn through a series of progressively smaller dies, shaping it into a long, slender wire. This process is known as wire drawing. Once the wire is of the desired thickness, it's time for the cutting process. The wire is fed into a machine that snips it into the right lengths. Each length will become a single sewing pin. Then comes the point. The freshly cut wires are sharpened, transforming them from dull wires into pointed pins. This process usually involves grinding the tip of the wire against an abrasive surface. Now, no sewing pin is complete without a head. It's time for the creation of the heads, which are made separately. The head of a pin is typically made from the same steel as the body, but it undergoes a different process. Small spheres of steel are heated until they are malleable, then pressed into a mold to create the classic pinhead shape. Once the heads and the bodies are both ready, they are brought together. The head is fused to the body of the pin using heat. This process forms a bond that is strong enough to withstand the pressures of sewing without breaking or coming apart. Finally, the pins are polished to a shine. They are placed in a rotating drum along with small ceramic stones and polishing compound. The friction between the pins and the stones, combined with the polishing compound, gives the pins their smooth, shiny finish. In the last step, the pins are inspected for any defects. Only those that pass the inspection make it to the packaging department, where they are counted and placed into containers, ready to be shipped off to stores. And that's how a simple sewing pin is born, ready to assist you in your next craft project. Moving on, have you ever thought about the process behind the creation of a safety pin? It's a staple in every household, but the journey from raw materials to this tiny yet indispensable item is quite fascinating. Safety pins start their life journey as a spool of steel wire. This wire is meticulously chosen for its strength and flexibility, qualities a safety pin must have to perform its function well. This steel wire is then straightened, a process that ensures the wire is free from any kinks or bends. Once the wire is straightened, it's time for it to take shape. A machine precisely bends the wire into the familiar form of a safety pin. This process is a marvel of engineering, as it involves bending the wire in two places to create the pin's body and clasp, while also creating a sharp point at one end. After the wire has been shaped, it's then cut to the proper length. This step is critical as it determines the size of the safety pin. Whether it's a small pin used in sewing or a larger one used in fastening clothing, each size requires a different length of wire. Next comes the process of coiling. The wire is coiled at one end to create the spring that allows the safety pin to function. This step requires a high level of precision, as the coil must be tight enough to provide tension, yet flexible enough to allow the pin to open and close. Once the coiling is done, the pin undergoes a process of tempering. This involves heating the pin to a specific temperature and then cooling it rapidly. Tempering strengthens the wire, ensuring that the pin is durable and can withstand repeated use. The final step in the process is the coating. The pins are dipped in a solution that coats them, providing a smooth finish. This coating can be of various colors, adding a touch of aesthetic appeal to the otherwise utilitarian item. And that's how a safety pin, a staple in every household, is crafted. This humble object, often overlooked, is the result of a detailed, meticulous process, a testament to the marvel of manufacturing. Next up, let's delve into the production of pushpins. The journey of a pushpin, from a raw material to the final product, is an intriguing one. It begins with the selection of the right materials. The body of a pushpin is typically made from a durable plastic or metal, chosen for their ability to withstand the pressure of being pushed into a corkboard or wall. The molding process is the next stage. The chosen material is heated until it reaches a pliable state. Once it's softened, it's then poured into a mold. This mold is shaped like the head of a pushpin, which is usually round or flat, but sometimes may take on more creative shapes like stars or hearts. Once the material has cooled and hardened in the mold, it's removed, revealing the newly formed head of the pushpin, but it isn't a pushpin just yet. It's missing a crucial element, the pin. The pin is made from a sturdy metal, often steel. A machine cuts the steel into thin, sharp pieces, which are then affixed to the base of the pushpin head. The pin needs to be sharp enough to pierce a surface, and strong enough to hold the weight of whatever it's holding up. But we're not done yet. The pushpin goes through a final step before it's ready to be packaged and shipped off. This could be painting the head of the pushpin a vibrant color, or perhaps adding a glossy finish. Sometimes the pushpin might even get a decorative element, like a tiny bead or jewel affixed to the top. This entire process, from start to finish, is overseen by skilled workers who ensure that each pushpin meets the highest standards of quality. They check that the pin is securely attached to the head and that the head is free from any defects. And there you have it, a pushpin, ready to hold your important notes and reminders. Finally, let's uncover the secrets behind the fabrication of hairpins. Our journey begins with the selection of materials. Most hairpins are made from metal, with steel being the most common choice. Why, you may ask? Well, steel is both flexible and strong, two qualities essential for a hairpin that needs to hold up against the weight of our hair and the rigors of daily use. Once the material has been chosen, it's on to the cutting process. Here, long rods of steel are cut into the appropriate lengths for hairpins. This is a delicate process, as the length of the pin plays a crucial role in its functionality. Too short and it won't hold the hair properly. Too long and it becomes unwieldy. Next up, we have the forming process. This is where the straight pieces of cut steel are transformed into the familiar U-shape we associate with hairpins. Using specialized machines, the steel pieces are bent into shape, creating a perfect curve that can easily slide into your hair. But we're not done yet. The ends of the pins need to be smoothed and rounded to ensure they don't damage your hair or scalp. This is done through a process called tumbling, where the pins are placed in a rotating drum filled with ceramic stones and water. As the drum spins, the friction between the stones and the pins smooths and polishes the ends. The final step in the fabrication of hairpins is the coating process. This is where the pins get their shiny finish and where they can be colored or decorated to make them more appealing. The pins are dipped into a solution containing the desired color or finish, and then dried and polished to perfection. And that's how a humble hairpin is crafted, ready to hold your hair in place. From the selection of the perfect material to the final coating process, each step is a testament to the skill and precision required in the creation of these everyday items. Isn't it amazing how much effort goes into something as simple as a hairpin? So, we've explored the creation of various types of pins today, from sewing pins to safety pins, push pins to hairpins. We've journeyed through the meticulous steps that transform simple metal into objects of utility, and sometimes beauty. Each pin, though seemingly insignificant, carries within it a tale of craftsmanship and precision. In the making of sewing pins, we've seen how fine metal wire is cut, sharpened, and then topped with a small, rounded head. Safety pins, on the other hand, require a more complex process involving bending and coiling the wire into its distinctive shape. Push pins, with their vibrant colors and sharp points, are crafted through molding and painting, while the elegant hairpin evolves from a process of cutting, bending, and often decorating. These tiny marvels, each with their unique creation stories, play significant roles in our everyday lives. Remember, every pin has a story, and each one plays a crucial role in making our lives easier. Until next time, keep exploring the small wonders around you.